Hello and welcome to the semi-finals of 4PL Cup number 19. And we're gonna have a best out of one, just one match, to decide which one of these two teams will be facing Natural 9 in the finals for the 4PL Cup. And like I said, this is number 19. We're actually already very close to number 20, and that will start on Sunday, so you can check that out as well. I believe the signups are still open, so you can check that out if you want to. But for now, it is gonna be Ice Climbers, or in the brackets you will see them as LGD Russia, but you know, that was a made-up name. They're Ice Climbers. You will be able to see them in the next season of Star Ladder, and they're taking on Lust's team. In the brackets, they're called Lust. I think the official name, or official between brackets thingies. Jesus, these teams are fast, by the way. Is Lust is so good, but right now they're called Real Nigga Shit, so that's their name for now. And they have got one chance to make it to the finals, and then they've got a best out of 3 to see which team is going to be taking home that 400 euros. Winners takes it all prize. And let's take a quick look at the draft, because these teams are not wasting any time. They are going through with this super fast. We've got a Phantom Lantern and a Wisp banned out for the first ones on the Dire side. Nyx Assassin and Bat Rider were the first ones banned out on the Radiant side, and the Dire had a starting pickup, and they managed to pick up the Keeper of Light as the first pick. Darkseer and Rubik therefore went to Ice Climbers, with the Undying and the Luna picked up by Real Nigga Shit, so that's already a solid trial lane in the making, with a Tinker picked up by Ice Climbers, so that's their control ready as well. We've got bans again. Is the Lifestealer, the Garocopter and the Shadow Demon being banned out by Real Nigga Shit, and we have got the Magnus and the Brewmaster banned out by Ice Climbers. And those two heroes, most noticeably, are two heroes that when they're level 6, they've got this massive ulti that they can try and use and go for team fights. The same thing goes for Queen of Pain. It's all mid heroes, also all heroes that want to get kills quite like between level 6 and 8, something like that. We have got the Weaver picked up. That's not something that you see every day, but it could be an off lane or a safe short lane with then a Luna and a tri lane. They have got multiple options now, and I do personally, I like the double carry strat, because it means that you can only shut down one, and that one will be bigger regardless, as in we'll be able to get farm regardless. We've got an Earthshaker. I love Earthshakers too. It's gonna be a good game, and we don't see him that often anymore. Earthshaker is gonna be on Ice Climber's side. They have got the Rubik, they've got the Earthshaker, so already 2 supports. They've got a Tinker probably in the mid lane, but could go for an aggressive tri lane. No, it's gonna be Tinker mid, Anti-Mage on the safe farming lane with a Darkseer on the off lane. Ice Climbers is pretty straightforward. Well, for Real Nigga Shit, we have got a Clockwork, a hero that we see mostly on the off lane, and we don't see it that often. And I have to say, the last 2 times that I've seen him, and yes, I have seen him. I mean, he's been a lot more active lately than he was before, but the last 2 times I saw him, he was both picked up against a Lifestealer, but we won't have a Lifestealer now. It's still pretty nice against an Anti-Mage though, because Battery Assault will be able to harass Anti-Mage, as in wouldn't be able to get his blink animation off if he's locked inside cogs. Perhaps Clockwork is gonna get lucky like that. One can never tell. We've got one person not picking up their hero, which is why we're stuck in this screen.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, in 10 seconds we'll be switching anyway, I guess.
5 seconds remaining.
Keeper of the Light, Luna and Undying seems to be a safe tri lane, with the Weaver maybe mid and a Clockwork off lane then, or Weaver and Clockwork switched around. It really depends on how they're going to try to run their lanes. We have instantly got a pause because Anti-Mage player has not yet picked up his hero. So let's see who's playing what for Ice Climbers, because we have got some people here that are big fans of them, because of course we have got Dread, which is indeed the Dread Earthshaker this game, as he, because Dread normally don't really have his normal name there, or at least not for me, and I will call them Lust. So thank you for pointing it out. But I found out that, you know, he has a bread as his avatar, so he's basically Dread. That's my way of seeing it. But he is playing the Earthshaker, so we're hoping to see some good fishers there. We've got Lolik, who's going on the name of One Love Forever. He's going to be playing the Darkseer. Nexus will be on the Anti-Mage, Solo on the Rubik, and that will leave Sharfik to go on the Tinker, who's going to go middle. So that is Ice Climbers ready. Let's jump ourselves over to Lust team, where we have Mikey playing the Luna. It will be Lust himself on the Keeper of the Light, and it looks like we are going to see an aggressive tri-lane between these. It is going to be Fun who's going to be playing the Undying. In the mid lane we'll have KZZ, and he'll be playing the Clockwork. And that will leave Infinity or Frankie going on the top lane, on the safe lane Weaver. So it is going to be an aggressive tri-lane versus a safe tri-lane, and personally, I like safe tri-lanes, but only if they're competing with an aggressive tri-lane, because that will make a 3 versus 3, will make Lust team forced to be aggressive, and it's really hard to go aggressive on a team where you're up against a tri-lane that has and an anti-mage. Okay, you can blink away. You have an Earthshaker there. You can't really initiate on that Earthshaker because normally he is standing very far back because of his Fissure has such a long range. Anytime you want to try and initiate on someone, there will be a Fissure, and the Fissure will be helping out. Or next is gonna go to work here on Fun. Fissure going through, and that is gonna be the end of that one. By the way, oh wait, yeah, I did. I already introduced everybody. Okay, so before I continue that train of thought, there is actually a small change in the patch that actually has an influence on casters and such, and that is for camera work. I can now use the smooth scrolling like this, but I'm not quite sure how it works out, and we'll have to wait out and see if I'm actually able to use that properly. So if you're seeing some flaky camera work, or at least more flaky than you normally see from me, that's my reason. I'm gonna try to use it because I know that if properly used, it is pretty damn awesome if you pay attention to the details of the camera work, that is. So, okay. So let's see. So this aggressive tri-lane. So you can't initiate on the edge mage. He'll blink away. So unless you have like double stuns, which they don't because they've got only the Lucent Beam, they've got a Decay, and they mostly got a Ras. So anti-mage can blink away. So he's not going to be shut down by anything. There will be a Fissure, so people cannot chase. And if someone does chase, does get out ahead, there will be a telekinesis. And now the thing about a anti-mage and a Rubik together, where of course the telekinesis will come from, if there is a Fissure and someone is on for Lust on the right side, so on the side of his tower, so he can't chase, and he'll get telekinesis, he can actually get dropped down to the other side of the Fissure to make sure he is actually at maybe a bit of too big of a disadvantage than he was before, and could result in the first blood for Ice Climbers. So it should be an interesting lane here regardless, as we'll see how they're gonna deal with that. They've already counter-warded the ward that was right over there. More counter wards going on. They don't find this one though. This is just a bit out of range, but you see the name of the game. It is map control. They want to know where everybody is at all times, and at the same time Nexus wants to have as safe farm as he possibly can, so he has his team put up some wards, as we have got more pauses coming out because it's fun. Literally, it's fun. Anyways, we've got Sharfik in the mid lane up against a Clockwork now. This is a lineup that we don't normally see, and both heroes should be fairly safe. They shouldn't really die. Though for farm it should definitely be in favor of the Tinker. So far though, we have got 2 last hits for the Tinker, and Clockwork has got 3. So it's very even still. We only are 1.5 minutes in, but then still, it is quite interesting to see that. The most important thing for Sharfik is of course to farm, get his levels up, but most importantly, get those boots of travels up. After his bottle. For Clockwork, he wants to get level 6, and maybe with that hook at level 6 he'll try to roam around the map a bit and tries to go for a bit of ganks, and they kind of have a lineup that requires that. They have a safe lane farmer, Weaver, so late game they're secured, but they need to make sure that the rest of the team of Ice Climbers, or everybody of the team of Ice Climbers, is busy elsewhere. So is busy elsewhere where Infinity is not farming, so they need to force out some fights. They need to continue pushing, see if they can initiate on a proper fight with Clockwork. Basically go 4 on 5. The same thing goes a bit for Ice Climbers though. I mean, they have got the anti-mage. At some point he'll want to farm in safety. For now he's like I said, like we already know actually, on the aggressive tri-lane. So far it's working out, but I do believe that when these heroes reach level 2, we're gonna see, or level 3 rather, we're gonna see some more Illuminates, more Lucent Beams, more Decays, more of everything, and that spam might actually be enough to shut down Nexus's farm, depending on how much farm he gets before that, because once he gets his Ring of Health, he's gonna be okay, I believe. I mean, sure, everybody can still die at that point, and you know, everybody can still die always, basically, but once he gets his Ring of Health, he should be fairly safe, and that's the start of the harassment already going through. And we have actually got, the creeps are gonna be stolen here by the looks of it. Solo and Dread just pulling them back. Oh yeah, I was gonna use new camera work. So that's something that I have to still remember. And it looks like they're gonna try to block them in. They want to try to go for the Keeper of Light. Here comes a Fisher from the side. Dread locking them in. Telekinesis drops them down on all threes. Lust wants to go for Nexus. Nexus has to blink away. We'll be able to do so in safety. Now Solo on the way out should be safe as well as Dread. There is actually a regen rune, but that's going to be picked up by the Tinker, even though he does not have a bottle yet. Courier is bringing it towards him right now by the looks of it. But that is at least some aggression coming off from Ice Climbers, and that's interesting to note because Ice Climbers is the one on the safe dry lane. That plan all was calculated by them though. They wanted to go in, they wanted to see if they could abuse the positioning of Lust right there, but weren't able to do it, or at least not properly. Next is actually the one who dying there, and he is... Oh, wait a second, this is just harassment though, by the looks of it. But yeah, Nexus is out of regen. He does pick up a Pullman shield, so he has that one now. Illuminate flying through, doesn't hit anything though. And it's Mikey that is now out of mana. That's annoying. So you want to be on a... Wow, Darkseer goes down. Wow. That is the first blood and disconnects instantly. 2 at the same time. That's not good. And that's Undying very low. And that's more people... What's wrong with it? Everybody's disconnecting this game. But hey, I missed first blood. Yeah. So that's Infinity getting the first blood from a Darkseer. It's quite interesting to see that. As Darkseer was creep skipping. Normally you don't really pay attention that much to the solo lanes because, you know, they're not dying. We might have... Please no. But this is gonna be fun. He disconnected, so he's gonna be dying also. By the looks of it. We have still got the Rubik still has a telekinesis and a Fate Bolt, unless I don't see the cooldowns properly. I should be able to see the cooldowns properly. Well, we have got everybody reconnecting again. This might be the second kill. But yeah, Weaver getting a kill there is something that shouldn't happen to the Darkseer. He's on a... I mean, he's a Darkseer. And there we go, fun. Won't have... Oh, wait, Soul Rip. And that's a Fate Bolt going through. Telekinesis still up on Lust. Nexus already blinks out, and Solo is on the run now as well. Getting chased down still, but there's no mana on either of these heroes. And not even a Chakra Magic there to help out. Well, now it is there, but that's not going to be happening anymore. Or at least not for Lust's team. However... They do pick up a kill. 1 for 1 now is the score. We have got in the meantime Clockwork 10 for 8 on last hit with Sharfik on 11 for 1. And I have to say I am pretty impressed that Clockwork is able to catch up or keep up with the Tinker this way. As we see Infinity again going a one-on-one with Lolik there. And we see the kind of harassment that he's able to do. I mean, he has got Tranquil Boot, so he's able to take the harassment from the Iron Shell. And it's gonna be Infinity still that is on 19 for 0, so last hit wise he's doing fine. We can look at the Darkseer's last hits, but with creep skipping you know how it goes. With tower skipping I should say. Wait a second, Infinity might be able to get a Gemini attack needed. No, not gonna cut it, not gonna cut it. Well, we'll be able to back off. And we'll actually be forced to pick up some more gold there. Pick up some more gold. Maybe more regens. He needs to have more regens because he doesn't have anything really apart from just waiting and seeing if he gets more experience this way. In the meantime, Haste Rune up on the Undying, Illuminate flying through, Nexus can still blink away, won't be able to do, or won't be needing to do that though. I mean, they know he can still blink away, so it's a bit pointless on going him for now. Can't jump, can't dive the tower just yet either. We do have the supports coming in from the back soon. Back on full mana and HP again for Dread, but Solo still half on mana. And yeah, creep skipping, so you don't miss anything. That's why he's so high on last hits. And normally you just, I mean, you don't die normally as a Darkseer on that lane. Shouldn't happen. Should not happen. But it happened, and Infinity gets the kill. So Infinity ahead, and that's the hero that you don't want to be giving kills to. You know, that's a bit painful. In the meantime, the bottom lane, tri lane, I mean, yeah, it's not really working out all too great for Lust team. I mean, they're not being that aggressive tri lane as they probably would want to be. Luna is still getting some last hits. I mean, 19 for 3 is definitely not bad. Nexus on 16 for 2, so they are shutting down Nexus slightly, or at least has less than before, as we see Darkseer Infinity again going for that kill, and it's actually Darkseer again that gets the rest away. Might actually try to go for this one. Does he have no mana? But he pops the boots and he will be able to get away. He actually goes for it. Goes for steal for Lola. Gets the kill. Backs off. One tower hit needed and he dies. Yeah, so that's 1 for 1. Tower helping out. No time lapse, no mana. So that's a 1 for 1 trade on the top lane. But again, I mean, Infinity gets the gold for that. Gets the experience for that. I mean, of course, both get the gold. But experience goes to the Weaver. So quite nice. At the same time, what I was saying is that Lost Team, I mean, they have got this aggressive tri lane. The thing about a tri lane is that you have to be aggressive or you have to make sure that you shut your opponent down entirely. The thing about an anti-mage is, though, I mean, you're not going to be able to shut him down entirely ever, because at some point he will get his farm up, he will get his power treads. So slowly but steadily he gets his farm up. Might not be as fast as he wants it to, but still getting something done. And they're not getting any kills, so they're not shutting him down that way. And that could be painful were it not that Infinity is doing great on the top lane. Might actually get another kill here on the Darkseer, but there's a time lapse and that's another kill. 3rd kill going the way of Infinity, this time not dying for that one. And we'll just be able to continue his farm. As I'm actually gonna check out the net worth, he is highest on top of that list, and it's actually still Mikey that's not doing bad on that Luna whatsoever. Able to hold his own on the last hit charts. Anti-mage, I mean, he's okay. She's getting some more experience than the Luna is getting. He's getting some sort of farm, and he's not dying. Basically, all you want to from an aggressive trial lane if you're still stuck on there. At the same time, Sharvik gonna have to back off from this Clockwork, who's actually doing still pretty okay. 25 for 11 up on KZZ, with Sharvik being 30 for 3. So we do now have the Clockwork slightly behind the Tinker. In the meantime, Rockets will fly. Rubik actually goes down already on the bottom lane. Nexus has to blink away, but it's cooldown still for 1 second, 2 seconds. Can he get it? No mana up on the Luna, so he will get it. There's the mana. Slightly too late for that Lucent Beam, but that's not going to be a kill anymore. They did pick up the support Rubik, though. So that's at least 1 kill that they get there, and that's definitely helping out. Because that's what you need on an aggressive trial. And more importantly, they force Nexus all the way back towards the base. He has to get his farm up once again. I get his HP up once again. Wow, you really noticed that I'm like out of the running for a while here, don't you? Clockwork, you're dead. Or is he? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Fisher helping out from Dread. That's a kill for Sharvik. A kill that he desperately needed because he was, I mean, yeah, he was kind of ahead of the Clockwork. Not by that much though, and that's something that that lane he should have won. And this way, he definitely wins it. Still, of course, building towards his boots of travel. Might pick up a Soul Ring first if he really wants to, but it really depends on what kind of build he prefers. As it looks like we have Solo taking over mid lane for a while to just get more experience here, because he's only level 4. He's not been able to get that much freedom in trying to kill off that jungle of theirs on the Radiant side on the bottom lane, because they had to keep tabs on Nexus and, you know, make sure that there's not going to be too big of a dive on the tier 1 tower there, so they can't really pull that much the creeps that much back. But yeah, that does cost them some levels. We have Earthshaker still at level 3, and the level difference is definitely noticeable. If you look at the charts, there's 2 level 4 supports up on Lost Team, with level 4 and level 3 up on the team of Ice Climbers. In the meantime, we've got another disconnect, because, you know, disconnects are cool. And Infinity looks to be trying to go for this Darkseer once again. He has his mana, he has his time lapse. He can do one more Shakushi before his he won't have enough mana anymore for his time lapse. So might be able to to get this. We're gonna see it though. He's gonna try it. There's a surge up on Lolik, and he's not gonna try. Why is there so many spectators here? Really? But let's see. Anti-mage Nexus. Right now he's being shut down quite hard because his support's left. His support's left, and they went middle, and now he's all by himself. Can't really do anything because, you know, there's people there and they want to kill him. In the meantime, again, Infinity, and this time we'll be able to get it. No, he won't. One more hit needed, and now he's stuck with the creep. There's the invisibility, and then he runs himself out. But nice job TPing out there for the Darkseer. Finally able to get away from a situation like that, as Clockwork is sitting by trying to push this hook, misses. Supports are still very low, so he knows that as soon as he catches someone in the cogs, they're dead. they're dead. Here comes Nexus though. They want to help out. Nexus level 6, Clockwork level 7. Difference is actually not that big, considering it's a solo mid Clockwork and a tri-laning Nexus, but being versus that tri-lane helped him with experience. In the meantime, bottom lane, of course, tower went down. Mikey's still farming here. Gonna be able to do that in peace. Gonna have his drums up soon by the looks of it. As Nexus comes back. Now that he knows that Mikey's by himself, he might be able to get some farm, I say, as the Nexus gets harassed by that Lucent Beam, and he still doesn't have a Ring of Health. Doesn't get Boots of Tranquility, so, or Tranquil Boots rather. So we'll be able to regen with that again as Clockwork. He's just looking for hooks and kills. With that haste room, was trying to find someone, but of course not willing to risk diving towers for that. So it's a bit too risky. Illuminate's flying through. They're keeping the pressure on all lanes. I mean, Infinity keeping the pressure on the top lane, making sure that nobody passes, and if they do, they're gonna get harassed. Keeper of Light just spamming mid. And even though that's something that you normally don't do, because of course it ruins last hits for people, if you keep the pressure on like that, you don't give your opponent any place to farm somewhere. So, and they're even taking the Radiant Ancients. They're just shutting down the farming potential for Nexus, which is exactly, of course, what you should be doing. And now there's gonna be 5 heroes in this middle lane. Of course, with the Lunar, you have got that pushing potential with the Lunar Blessing, and Mike, you know, also moving middle. They might just try to take a tower there, as Weaver is, well, he's happily farming. I shouldn't really say anything about that. I mean, he's just a happy camper this way. Got himself a Ring of Aquila, got himself 1700 gold, and is actually rotating top to defend that tier 1 tower of theirs, which is actually harassed quite a bit, but that's of course the result of having a Darkseer there who was tower skipping those creeps. And then the towers are forced to attack, the creeps are forced to attack the towers, and Infinity wouldn't want to tank it up, all of him by himself, so it's gonna be that. But let's see if this Darkseer Lolik trouble, and he already knows what's coming, so he's already searching himself away, and Infinity knows he can chase it, but the harassment is clear, and it's like, you know, this is my lane. In the meantime, mid lane is gonna be a one-on-one fight, and it's actually Clockwork that gets a kill. He will be taking a fall for that one though, Rubik picking him up, but picking up a Tinker in the meantime for that is quite a worthy trade for him. And this time he of course got the experience for that, as it's now Fun that's getting some experience in his middle lane together with the other supports, of course, with Nexus actually here as well, knowing that he can't farm on the bottom lane, as we have Lolik TPing out once again. I mean, Infinity, if they want to try and shut this one down, they really need to do that with just more than just a Darkseer. Because right now it's costing Darkseer experience and gold. And because, you know, he TPs out every time, he can't really get any gold back apart from that Iron Shell, but that's actually easy to work with from Infinity, as he has got those Tranquil Boots. And he is just getting free farm, so either Darkseer should be on a different lane trying to get stuff done elsewhere, or try to kill Infinity, but then with more than just one Darkseer. But, you know, that's hardly possible, because as soon as they deploy more than one hero, so that lad just solo, Telekinesis still there though. Here also comes a Fisher, making sure that nobody else joins this fight. Illuminate still flying through, hits on Solo. Solo's gonna be back out though, Flare still hits, but he will be able to get away. Tombstone also goes down, Infinity comes to join the fight, gets mana burnt there by Nexus, but is gonna be fine. He knows it too. He'll still be able to Shikushi himself away. More flares hitting. Nexus wants to still go for this, but look at that damage. He has to be blinking away already. Now another power cogs. And then Eclipse going through, and that is gonna be Sharpik dropping, Lolik dropping, and Mikey getting 1 kill, and the KZ the other, but the rest is all so low on HP. They're gonna be fine though. I mean, standing in the March of the Machines does have its downsides, of course, but they got 2 kills out of that. They didn't kill off Nexus, so that's good for him. But Nexus at this stage is so far behind on the Weaver that it can actually hurt him quite a bit, and he might not be able to carry his team to victory unless he gets some more gold up on here. Can't kill off Lust by himself. Mana Void not big enough for him, and it's gonna be again the Darkseer that decides, you know, let's go top. Darkseer, by the way, he is probably going for a pipe for his team, or a mechanism, whichever he wants. I think a mechanism would be better. Might actually try to get a kill on Mikey. Here comes Tinker also, and the rockets and the lasers coming in. And this is the start of Sharpik having Boots of Travel. And we'll see, well, there will still be towers going down, especially with that Luna there, of course, and the split push potential that they have. But it's going to be a lot more tougher now that Sharfik has his boots of travel.
Dire's top tower has been
And he will be able to buy anti-mage that time that he needs to farm, or at least in theory he should be able to, as we see KZ with a double damage looking for an initiation. I mean, KZ's farm is not that great. If we look at his last hit, or sorry, look at his net worth rather, I mean it's okay, it's definitely not bad. But he is not supposed to be having that much farm anyway. He's there to initiate, well at least it's nice to have farm on him, of course. But his abilities is the reason that he is gonna be an annoying factor. The initiation, the cogs, the hook, the making ice climbers be in an uncomfortable position, one that we're not prepared for to take on, even though now it's KZ that goes down. Rubik's Illuminate flying through, Illuminate from the other side flying through as well though, making Sharfik having to back off soon as well. Although here comes Infinity, let's see if he can get something done, goes on solo, and there's a time lapse and he will be able to escape, just like of course Sharfik, who still picks up the Undying with those rockets, and now Solo trouble. Do you know where he is? Fisher going down. Solo has to be very careful. Rockets will fly just to harass him away though. Just to harass him away. Solo still standing there. One Gemini attack and he is dead. Infinity Telekinesis still there. Can they get him? Yes they can! Fate Bolt gets the last hit. And that was slight overextension from Infinity. A bit too greedy for that one kill. And that's exactly the kill that Ice Climbers needed, as we see Lust running into Lolik here, but I don't think they will be able to get him now. He's gonna be fine. We already had a ward here, by the way, for the Dire, as Antibase picks up fun again. I mean, he just died, came back towards the bottom lane, and went on with a man fight versus Nexus, one that he actually lost. And Nexus, he actually picked up a Blade of Leprosy, something that you don't see every day. Normally, or lately, I should say, you see the Anti-Mage going for that Battle Fury and then Power Treads, but it looks like he's gonna be going for a bit different build here, as he finds out that that flare is actually a shot from quite a short range there, as the hook misses, and Nexus will be able to TP out, get his HP back to full. In the meantime, Luna has almost got her BKB finished, so we'll have that to stand around in fights, not get mana burned while she has it on, of course, and just have her eclipse and shoot stuff, which is all you really want to do. Mechanism almost done on Lolik, only needs that 200 gold for the recipe, sorry, 100 gold rather. In the meantime, Undying, who's been playing as support, of course, is not having that much, no big surprise there, as the same thing can be said for the Keeper of Light. Though Keeper of Light is one of those supports that with his Illuminate, he can actually get quite a bit of farm, so he is okay-ish on farm. He's got himself some Tranquil Boots, got wards, and he got 1200 gold, so might be picking up a Ghost Scepter soon to make sure he stays alive a bit longer against that Anti-Mage, of course, when he finds him in the jungle, if he finds him in the jungle. In the meantime, Sharfik building towards the 4-staff, now with his Boots of Travel on that farm will be coming a bit faster than it did before. We've got a support Earthshaker, or at least have Mana Boots Illuminate flying through. Doesn't hit anything though. They might try to go for this. With the surge up on the Earthshaker, Fisher will still go down in the cogs of the... Oh! Nice! Cogs of the Clockwork, and the Rockets will pick him up. Nice teamwork there. Getting the vision, getting the Fisher, knowing that with that combination they would die. And Sharfik already back here. Rockets flying again. Tombstone up just to make sure they can push, Illuminate harassing Sharfik slightly. More March of the Machines. Thou shall not fight in the March of the Machines. It's not a good idea, shit, Mikey. And he backs off as well, as Fun will be able to run away from this one. I mean, look at that. This is one rocket, I believe, and the rest March of the Machines harassment. That's all it is. And in the meantime, Rubik still holds on to that Illuminate. Actually, that was the last one. Oh, that's a shame. But that's okay. Means he can steal it again if he wants to. It's a great one to farm, to pick up, of course. I mean, if you're up against a team that wants to continue to put pressure on you by using that Illuminate constantly, what better way to just counter that? Oh, wait a second. Mikey picks up Eclipse and Solo goes down.
What is this? I came here for a battle.
And that was the first BKB charge used for a kill on the support Rubik. Now, I'm not sure if that was totally worth it, but a kill is a kill, right? But I do know now that the BKB is off cooldown, on cooldown rather, so might be trying to go for this, even though Darkseer already taking so much harassment, has got a mechanism. He will be able to heal himself. Rockets will continue to fly. Mikey has to back off, and KZ also backing off. In the meantime, of course, Nexus farming. It's gonna be Manta style first. Infinity farming. Gonna be a Lincoln Spear, most likely. And I mean, this is what we were expecting to see. 4-4 Dota, with only the carries farming elsewhere, farming along the sidelines, and literally along the sidelines because they're bottom lane and top lane. So that is them. In the meantime, the map control for both teams is mostly resolving around the middle lane, as we've got Radiant being defensive there, also with their ancient stack, and this is actually the only ward that the Dire has. And there's a telekinesis. He stole chakra magic this time. Might not be the best one that you really want. Acro slam being used. KZ vacuum outside the cogs. Earthshaker still alive for now, and will be able to get himself surged away from the Illuminate. Nice job. And he should be fine, even though Infinity is still trying to chase him down. Might be able to get a Gemini attack. TP is out there, but the flare is first. There is a time-lapse telekinesis right there from Solo, though. Will be able to get away here, trying to hide. Should be fine. Has still got 15 stick charges as well. Uses them. Rocket still flies. They don't have another mana usage. Oh, March of the Machines. They know exactly where he is, but 31 HP. He needs to get rid past this tower, though, unless he can, I don't know, just hide and wait. That's the one. Okay, hide and wait. Works out for them. Let's see if they can initiate on someone else. Sharpik already having to go back to base right now because he is already out of mana. More March of the Machines, while Infinity's still on his way out of the jungle of the opposing team. Nexus coming in from the side, wants to go for Lust, but there's a chakra magic. Doesn't matter though, that right click did the job. Nexus getting his second kill of the game and still hasn't died yet. With, of course, Weaver, the one that we compare him to constantly. He died twice actually, but he has been in 6 out of the 9 kills, while Nexus has only been in 3 kills so far. And that's the second tower going down on the side of Lust team. With only one tower, still that one tower in the beginning that died in Ice Climbers on the bottom lane. Basically the only result of the aggressive trial lane that the Dire side had. In the meantime, middle lane, KZZ gets another cogs up on the dark sphere this time, trying to surge himself out. Mechanism already used. And he will be able to get himself out of that, and even so there would still be a fissure. And there it is. Sharpik also able to get himself out of that place.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And both of these teams are trying to make sure that they got just the control and give that carry the time to farm. And as you can see, I mean, the gold is gonna be drawing closer and closer together with the Weaver and the Anti-Mage. And if we see the gold per minute, it is 346 up on the Anti-Mage and 362 on the Weaver. So Weaver's still slightly ahead. But Anti-Mage is catching up, and that's of course also with that tower just going down, giving him some extra gold. I mean, he's not being shut down that much anymore, so we will see them going head to head on at some point, with one being basically even on farm as the other, maybe even Anti-Mage pulling ahead, depending on what he really goes for, because normally you of course have that Battle Fury, but he has got a Manta style now, so a bit more defensive. In a way, a bit more defensive. I mean, he can still farm pretty decently. Does have that attack speed. Has got the survivability with, of course, the Tranquil Boot. So you know that's all there. But doesn't have the strength from those power treads. So that's not there. And he just farms not as fast as he otherwise would. Going for Mikey now. Let's see if we can get something done. Sharpik also TPing in, but there's already a lot of supporting coming as well, with the smoke up as well. KZZ with the haste rune even. Can they catch him? Can they find him? They need a hook. Where's the hook? Can't find the hook. Anti-Mage gonna be able to run for this one. And KZZ still with the haste rune. And hello. And now they know where he is. And the hook is not there. And that's gonna be Anti-Mage able to TP out. The flare scouted him though. I mean, they did see him at the last second there, but not able to get him. That's a wasted smoke going off for a Lust team, as Sharpik TP's right into where Infinity was. Doesn't matter though. Nexus is also back inside that middle lane. We have the gold graph in the meantime, very even. It was of course in favor of Lust for a very long time, as we see Clockwork trouble for him. We'll be able to pop power cogs and try to get himself out, but one more mana void will do the job. And actually that didn't do the job. Only 50 HP left, but that's their last hit. Killing spree for the Anti-Mage. In the meantime, Rubik was able to pick up the Keeper of the Light, but he will die for that one by the looks of it. Lucent Beam together with the Shikushi picks him off. But at least Nexus is safe and knows what's coming. It's not something that you really want to have here. And I mean, one thing that we haven't really seen, that we don't really see that much from from Lust's team is disabled. I mean, yeah, they got the cogs, they've got the mini storm from the Lucent Beam, they've got mana leak. I mean, maybe consider the sun power for battery assault is decent. But they need something like a sheepstick or something like that to try and shut down that anti-mage a bit more. I mean, you're counting on the situation where you can chase down your opponent or force him to not, or I don't know, not making him able to blink. But having a sheepstick would really make a difference here. Just some solid disable coming off from the team. As we do have Luna picking up a ultimate orb, but she's probably gonna go for Manta style. Mechanism already ready now up on last with Clockwork just hooking himself in. Gonna find Lolik. There's the Eclipse. Lolik Mechanism 4 staff away. And the Power Cogs helping out, but that's not helping out Weaver's cogs. Or Weaver's last hit. And the cogs pick him off still. Fisher still going through. Nice rockets. Rubik Fatebolt picks them all up though with his flare. And that is Undying and Keeper of Light going down. Now KZZ gonna go for Solo. Solo already going down. Weaver double kill. Nexus in the midst of all of this needs to blink away. Cannot blink away. Can blink away as Luna still dies to the Manta illusions. And of course, again, the rockets of the Tinker and the March of the Machines to pick him up. Nexus will be able to survive though. Infinity is also doing just fine. Got himself a couple of kills. Roshan is still living though. That's the reason why they were fighting. And no team feels confident enough to try and trying to go into the Roche pit right now because, I mean, you never know what your opponent team can pull off. I mean, there's a Fisher on one side, there's the K's, and Tombstones on the other side. You really don't want to fight in that. So they're just gonna wait, regroup, and then go again. Where are they? They want to try to go for this one. Clockwork. Is he gonna be safe here? Rearm there, and that should be enough. Vacuum in there. Laser does the job. Sharpik picks up the kill. Mega kill streak for him. And they're not gonna go for Roshan. They are pushing onwards. Oh, Tinker's TP actually failed. Needs to rearm once again. Now he TPs. Illuminate flying through, but the one group that still left on a little bit of HP was able to stay alive and was able to be the TP target for Sharpik as the March of the Machines come in. Maybe now they're gonna try to go for Roshan kills. Infinity finds Solo in the jungle. Anti-Mage is there as well though. But that's a time lapse away and he's gonna be fine. And gets a kill on top of that one. As we have the pipe still being built up by the Darkseer. Let's take a look at some of the new items that we see being built. Anti-Mage still's got 2100 gold. Hasn't got a new item to build just yet. I'm quite curious to see what kind of build Nexus wants to go for in this game. I mean, having some more survivability up against that Weaver is definitely not bad, and he kind of lacks that from having these boots, of course. So picking up a heart might be the better option, but we'll find out what he is actually going to be going for in a moment of time. I mean, he's got 2500 gold. He has to buy something sometime, right? We've got, of course, Earthshaker. He wants to have his Blink Dagger still. He's got 1400 gold. Slowly but steadily, he only has one death, which is pretty nice for an Earthshaker. At 27 minutes in, he's been in 10 out of the 17 kills. Rockets, March of the Machines, KZZ, Black backs off again. I mean, his Earthshaker's doing pretty okay, and he's able to get some farm there as well. As we have actually Tinker, he's gonna go for a Sheepstick. Already picked up the Mystic Staff, and I mean, we know what Tinkers want to do. They want to have every item that you can use and then rearm and use them again. That works that way. But yeah, for the rest we just have got support heroes mostly that have supporty items. So Solo has got his treads. Wait a second, we have got KZZ coming in. There's a laser. Cogs trying to help out, but there's a Fisher waiting around there in 7 seconds as well. Lust coming in. Mana leak. Echo Slam still there though, and another laser to top it up. Pew pew pew. And Infinity comes in to try and see what he can do, but he finds Nexus chasing his tail. Nexus is on warpath by the looks of it. Wants to go for Lust. He pops Manta Staff for that also. Mana Point not hitting, but you know, there's Rockets. And then Rockets picked him up. Double kill for Sharpik, and they continue pushing on. Roshan's still alive for now, but they don't care about Roshan by the looks of it. They just want to get this tower. And they will get it as well. 3,500 gold upon this Anti-Mage. We'll have enough for a Reaver if that's indeed the road that he's gonna take. As we have fortification of Sharpik, making sure that Mikey's not chasing. And ever since he got his got his TP boost, by the way, we haven't seen a tower die yet on the side of Ice Climbers. I mean, when that bottom tier 1 tower died, he didn't have his boot to travel yet, so that's an excuse right there. We do have, with that tower going down, we have got Earthshaker picking up a Blink Dagger. Courier just brought it towards him, as we have got Lost Team preparing again for Roshan. They have got the wards up. They want to try and take it. They need that edge. They need that edge. Because, I mean, yeah, they kind of shut down Nexus in farm at the start, or at least made him farm slower. But Anti-Mage is one of those heroes that will still get his farm anyway. Vacuum up the high ground from Lowlink there. The K's going through. Darkseid will up on there as well. Fade Bolt going through. And that's going to be Fisher going down to make sure that there's no zombies chasing down the Darkseid. Nexus decides, you know what, I know that they're there, I'm just gonna get them, gets a double kill, but now is in trouble. But can blink himself out. BKB up on Mikey. Here comes Infinity as well. Has actually got a Mata style as well as a Maelstrom, so did not end up going for that Lincoln Sphere. Going for a more of aggressive route. Let's see if it's gonna work out though. I mean, he still hasn't died yet for a while, so has still only got those 2 deaths under his belt from earlier, but can he really stand up Kinesis? Oh, okay, I just jinxed him, I think. Unless he can get away from this one. With the Shikushi, might be able to. There will be a Fisher in 8 seconds again. Rockets will fly, but there's another Shikushi, and that will make sure that the rocket is not hitting anymore. Will result in a tier 2 tower going down, though, by the looks of it. Tier 2 tower bottom. Where almost every hero from Ice Climbers is. I mean, I say almost, because there is still a Sharfik not there, but then again, he is a Tinker, so he can be anywhere he wants in a matter of seconds. As he gets a Hex complete. Got the Keeper of Light with that one. The K is going down. Anti-Mage still picks up the tower. Oh, are you sure that's a good idea? Clockwork, he just hooked himself in, went on someone, but take the fall, took a fall. As Weaver still goes down, Anti-Mage is a bit too big, and he actually opted to go for an Eagle Song. So all out damage, who cares about survivability? They can't kill you when they're dead, right? That's the one that he wants to go for. And they're pushing upward now without Weaver gone and without their Initiator gone in form of a Clockwork. Lost Team cannot really defend this all too well there. Can they defend it at all? They've got, of course, the Ks to go through. They've got Eclipses, but they're just too squishy. And that harassment from that Tinker is just, it's keeping coming, and they can't do anything about it. As a net worth, the difference is noticeable. We saw the net worth of Anti-Mage being very low at some point. Oh, fun. I think you're dead. Boom. Wicked Sig. Illuminate still flying through, but doesn't do that much. Hook in again. KZZ, is there going to be more support for you this time? Doesn't look like it, but at least you're not dying as fast as previous time, but you can't get the support Rubik with that. And he is forced back to base together with his carry, the Luna, or semi-carry I should say, because the real carry is of course Weaver, who's now back up again. But Weaver is going to be too late to still defend his melee barracks. And they might actually try to go for this. They don't even have wards or anything. They're just counting on the burst damage and the raw damage that they can put out. Ooh, solo surge up the high ground, but that's not enough. Flare finishes it off, and Nexus blinks himself in, goes for KZZ. KZZ goes down, now Lost is next. Can they get him as well? Looks like they should be able to. Blink forward. Nexus is gonna be taking that fall. Now Fun is gonna be the next target, and there's really nothing I can do. It's an Anti-Mage in full power. And that's gonna be all she wrote for Infinity of as well. Oh, that could be GG. And the only one that's not here, that's not dead, that it could have given Nexus a rampage is Mikey, who is farming the jungles, but can't do anything anyway, and farming is all he can do. The GG is cold, however, so we will have Ice Climbers taking on Natural 9 in the finals for the 4PL Cup, so we will be on US East, I believe.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And we're gonna be seeing a best of 3 between those two teams. It's gonna be winner takes it all, 400 euros. That's the way it goes. If you want to support 4PL, by the way, which you should want to, because they put out a lot of good content, good tournaments for us to watch and cast, of course, as well. You can go to facebook.com/4pl.dota2, and you will be able to like them there, and that's of course something good to show to their sponsors. At least they can show that to their sponsors, and maybe they get some more money, they get some more tournaments for Dota 2. Yeah, do it, like it, that's fine. If you want to support me, my name is Sheever. You can support me by subscribing to my YouTube. which is youtube.com/SheeverGaming. You can of course also subscribe to my Twitch or follow me there or turn off ad block, or you know, I have a Facebook and a Twitter as well, all under the name of SheeverGaming. So if you look for me there, then you will be able to find it, or facebook.com/SheeverGaming. And twitter.com/SheeverGaming. I'm just still waiting until the throne explodes. By the looks of it, it's gonna be taking a while. We're waiting either for Nexus to disconnect, because he's of course gonna be the one that's still gonna be needed in the finals as well. So we can't do anything without him anyway. So might as well wait. And it looks like Lust also still wants to go somewhere. And it looks like I kind of failed in trying the new camera work. It's just kind of a habit not to use it. So I'm gonna try to do it maybe in a bit next game. Like, this is it. This is like smooth scrolling. It's very smooth, isn't it? I think it is. Let's see what they're gonna do. 2 versus 1. Anti-mage taking on a Luna and a Keeper of the Light. It's really awkward, that smooth scrolling. Anyways, if you're wondering how Natural 9 came to the finals, you can check out also 4PL on Facebook, where the brackets from last time are posted. This is, by the way, 4PL Cup number 19. So 4PL Cup number 20 is still open for sign-ups. It's going to be held on Sunday. It's going to be casted by Toby, or at least the later rounds are, so you can check him out then. And also, you can still play. So like I said, it's open for sign-ups for everybody. And probably that time the finals will be played a bit closer towards the actual tournament, but it's just because number 19, there were actually some issues with the servers then, so it resulted in a bit of a delay of the entire tournament, which meant that there were more rounds to be played after the initial day, which is normally only the finals that are being played at a different day, so that's why we were a bit delayed for this one as well. Because normally the semi-finals are already played around this time. How about this smooth scrolling, right? It's pretty intense on my index finger actually, because my middle mouse button doesn't click that off that smooth. It's not that smooth scrolling if it's not that smooth, right? Okay. Now I let it go. If you don't see mouse button, I'm smooth scrolling. That's the way it works. And there's Nexus. I know you're enjoying yourself and all that, but you know, you could go for a GG. You could disconnect. And we're bravely waiting until he disconnects or until he does something else. He just wants to go for the T4. Oh, no, not for T4s. Wants to go for Lust. Gets Lust as well. No, he doesn't. He gets Mikey though, but I think Mikey is AFK. Yeah. I like this anti-mage. We haven't seen an anti-mage that goes full out damage for a long time. A rampage. He gave his life for the rampage. He's not even buying back. And he's connected. Okay, that's all he came for. He wants to have that rampage. So we're just waiting until we have actually the throne exploding. Will probably be the different one. Not this one, but the other one, depending on how fast these creeps are with getting this throne down. Probably not fast enough though. But we'll find out soon enough.
Dire's Ancient is under attack.
Oh, are they fast enough? Creeps. Yeah, creeps versus computer. Creeps win. So, I will let you see the end screen for a short while. And then we can jump ourselves into the finals. So stick around for that. Be right back. Pause the game, pause the stream if you want to see the end screen for a little while longer, but be right back with the finals between Natural 9 and Ice Climbers. Stay tuned.